Now it's time to present our industry's equivalent of a Lifetime Achievement Award, the prestigious Warren Pike Award. Take a look at the names on that slide. It truly is a veritable PTMC who's who. Each of these individuals is a respected leader because of the passion they have for not only the association, but for the industry as a whole. They're our champions, our ambassadors, our cheerleaders. But it takes more than just being enthusiastic to be recognized by your peers. You need to be the consummate contributor, a tireless volunteer, and willing to speak up, even if you know what you're going to say won't be popular, but it is in the best interests of the association. This year's recipient is all that and more. It's my honor to introduce this year's Warren Pike Award recipient, Chris Bursack. So let's take a look at the moment that I let Chris know he was receiving this honor.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Ann.
How are ya?
Good. How are you?
Good. I need to let you know that I am recording this, and
Okay.
the reason is because I want to meet with you to tell you that the board of directors has selected you to be the 2023 Warren Pike Award recipient this year.
No.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. I am honored. I don't know what to say.
That is the best part of my job. So as many of you know, Chris has spent most of his career in this industry with ISC companies, now a division of Weimer Bearing and Transmission. Chris's loyalty to his trade, his peers, and the advancement of the industry is also evident by the long list of positions he's held with PTDA. He's been a member of at least 7 task forces and committees. He served on the PTDA board of directors in every role, including president in 2013, and he served as treasurer twice. So let me just explain about the twice. Not only did Chris take on the treasurer role again when the position became unexpectedly open in January of 2020, yes, right before the pandemic, Chris then volunteered to serve another year during the pandemic as the treasurer. Now, I don't know about what your finances looked like during COVID, but I can tell you I've never had a volunteer who is busier than Chris was in making sure the association was financially viable through that turbulent time. And that's just one example of Chris's dedication and commitment. Like Mike, Chris always says yes. Chris, you've proven yourself as a tireless advocate on behalf of the PTMC industry, and as such, the most deserving recipient of this award. Congratulations.
Wow. This is truly one of the greatest moments of my career. But I suspect I am like a lot of people in this room in that I never expected to go into this business. In fact, I never even knew this industry existed. When I first heard the term power transmission, I thought it referred to overhead power transmission lines. And I certainly never expected to go into sales, but that's a whole nother story. But it's a pretty good story. When I started this journey back in the 80s, I really thought that I would only do this for a couple of years until I figured out what I really wanted to do. You see, I wanted to do something big, something important, and I just didn't see bearings and power transmission sales as something important. You know what? I was right. You heard me. Selling bearings and PT isn't important. It is vital. In past social situations, when asked what I do for a living, I would do my best to explain, and probably in too much detail, and then I would get the puzzled look and the inevitable response, "So you sell nuts and bolts, right?" Well, now when I'm asked, I ask that person, "Well, what did you have for breakfast this morning?" And then I would go on to explain how their cup of yogurt was made possible by people like us. From the milking machine to the processing equipment to make the yogurt, to the packaging equipment, even the refrigeration equipment at the grocery store. I'm not sure they understand, but at least I feel better. But that's the point. People don't know we exist. We work in the pharmaceutical industry. We heal people. We work in the lumber industry. We house people. We work in the textile industry. We clothe people. We work in the printing industry. We educate people. I could go on, but I think we all understand. When that processing line is down, someone like one of us is there to do our part to get that line up and running. I just hope it's one of my guys. But I digress. There are so many people I want to thank today, far more than I have time to mention, but I would like to thank Ann and her staff. They make the volunteer experience easy. We are very fortunate to have such a professional, hardworking staff behind us. And thank you to the board for recognizing me in such a way. I am indeed humbled. And thank you to my coworkers back home. I'm sure they don't understand the full value of PTDA, but they've allowed me the time to participate in activities like this and to volunteer on different committees, and I can assure you we are a better company because of it. And thank you to each one of you. Through events like this, the friendships I've developed have made me better in every way. And finally, I would like to recognize my wife, Heidi. I think Heidi was even more excited when we found out I was to receive the Warren Pike Award. Heidi, to have you here with me today means more to me than I can possibly express. So be proud of what you do. You are an irreplaceable piece in the fabric of society. Keep up the good fight. And thank you all.
Have a box for it.
It is backwards.
Yeah, there you go.